Thank you very much. First of all, Ece, I would like to ask you to introduce yourself to our audience.
Well, with pleasure. I am Ece Tonbul and the chairperson of Paloma Hotels Group that we own and manage 9 resort hotels in Turkey with a capacity of nearly 7,500 beds with 4,000 employees. I'm very happy to be here supporting this event and panel together with Agopian today.
Great, thank you very much. And secondly, I would like to ask Mr. Arden to introduce yourself as well, please.
Thank you. My name is Arden. I'm a co-founder and managing partner of Hotel Runner. Hotel Runner is a travel tech company launched 10 years ago in Turkey and now expanding its operations to worldwide. We are operating in 193 countries and helping hotels, online travel agencies and online payment systems to interact with each other, contract with each other and transact with each other. Basically, we are providing the essential technology to hotels and online travel agencies in order for them to accelerate their sales worldwide and reach each other immediately, digitally in our platform. With the ambition of growing worldwide, we have launched our UK office in 2019, just before the pandemic, and it was a nice journey in the UK during the pandemic to grow a hotel runner from 50 people to 100 people, and now we are hiring another 100 and growing in different geographies and launching our Miami office. It's very exciting to be here with you today because we have now just launched the face-to-face events, and I'm very grateful, thank God, that we are here and we are actually meeting each other face-to-face. Thanks.
Great, thank you for great introduction of yourselves and your companies and how you launched. We will have questions that I will be asking individually, and I would like to start with Ece. My first question will be, accommodation comes in various shapes and sizes, and all destinations promise unique experience to their customers. And so what products does Turkey offer to tourists in terms of accommodation, and also what different options are there?
Well, you know, that's a question that we can actually write a book about, I think, but I'll just try to cover as good as I can. And I was actually going to be a bit moderate before Paul's speech, before me, about the resort offer that we have. I was not planning to mention too much all-inclusive because I still believe in diversity. However, he has just made it so clear that Turkey is actually the #1 destination when it comes to offering the best all-inclusive resorts, not only in Europe, not only on the short haul, but also worldwide in the destinations. I just have to, I feel obliged that I really have to mention that we are doing that field, we are covering that field quite greatly in Turkey, that nearly with our 2 million capacity of beds that are within the range of the leisure market as well. Like Mr. Ambassador has just mentioned, I believe we have got the perfect infrastructure to reach out to 5 million that is ahead of us as a target, and hopefully very soon. But obviously, apart from the stronghold of the leisure beds that we have, Turkey offers diversity, a big diversity of different accommodation options. Naming it the Gulet, the Blue Voyage experience, which is one of my favorite holidays in Turkey, and I would recommend it to everyone because one has not experienced that so far. And we've got lots of beautiful valleys and plateaus in the Black Sea region of Turkey, where I would recommend for naturalists to go and enjoy the bungalows there, but also lots of self-catering apartments or luxury villas in Kaş and Kalkan region for those who prefers to be on a more secluded and private areas. So those are just some of the examples that we can give when it comes to the diversity of the accommodation that Turkey offers. But as our promotional agency under the tourism ministry has just launched a beautiful website where you can find a lot of information about Turkey, is goturkey.com, where it perfectly covers all the alternatives and all what Turkey actually offers as a destination, but more like a Türkiye as a brand when it comes to different alternatives.
I mean, what you said now, I completely agree with every word you said. How Turkey is doing lots for diversity, which is I think one of the growing, I would say more like a brand or awareness around the world. Yes, Turkey is offering best all-inclusive and also best travel destination with everything, nature, history, city, sea, whatever you're looking, you can actually find it in Turkey. And yes, I agree with you. We are trying to achieve the 5 million tourists again from the UK, and also completely agree with you. Go Turkey platform is the very great platform for you to find anything about Turkey. Thank you very much, Ece, for your first question. And now I'll be moving to Arden for your first question. Like everything else in the technology has changed how tourism works. Most of the things that we used to do in the tourism have now became obsolete in the last few years. Can you tell us more about how technology has changed the way of tourism and how companies, either hoteliers or agencies, effectively adapt to this whole new environment?
Well, actually, I need to start from the beginning because we have launched this company 10 years ago with an ambition to change the industry dynamics using the technology. We were two young entrepreneurs from IBM. Actually, we were working at IBM, and we were giving consultancy services to different travel technology providers along with some financial institutions. And we saw the gap, and we saw that the travel in the travel industry, technology was not adopted as much as it is in the financial sector. So we wanted to digitalize this industry by providing new generation technology services to the industry and facilitate the relationship between the travel players in the entire industry spectrum. So we started to investigate what's going on in the travel business, and we saw that all the communication was made via regular mail, via fax machines back then, via phone calls, etc. And this was too much time consuming and too much resource consuming. It was not efficient, and the hotels were not able to work with different parts of the world very easily, and they were not able to differentiate their portfolio of travel agencies and their portfolio of guests accordingly. So we wanted to create a platform where the hotels were able to digitalize their inventory immediately, just in a few minutes, let's say, open up a website, get direct bookings from their website, and connect to these online travel agencies with a few clicks. Not only the online travel agencies, actually, to all types of travel agencies from all over the world, in order to expand their offering and connect to more guests through these agencies. And we wanted to also digitalize their payment operations, allowing them to collect payments from different parts of the world and from different mediums of payments. So this was the vision, and we saw that there was no such thing in the travel industry. And we immediately jumped in, we launched our company, and we started working with Turkish hoteliers. And in Turkey, actually, Turkey was the premium testbed for Hotel Runner, because we have all the scenarios in Turkey, all types of hotels, all types of guests, all types of pricing scenarios, different rate types and everything. So we have built the platform from Turkey, and we tested in Turkey with the help of the Turkish hoteliers. We didn't know anything about the hotel business, anything about travel when we jumped into the space, and we learned everything from the Turkish hoteliers and Turkish travel agencies. So we built this global product from the scratch in Turkey, and now we are serving more than 13,000 hotels in Turkey, and let's say more than 40,000 hotels from all over the world. And also we have more than 150 travel agencies working in the platform, transacting these hotels in real time and digitalizing their transactions throughout the platform. So I told about our product and our story because we were in every phase of the digitalization of this, let's say, relationship. We pushed the hoteliers to use technology. We pushed the online travel agencies and the regular travel agencies to use the technology to perform their actions, perform their, let's say, operations, and also render their operations more efficient. So we were successful, but it took 10 years, 10 big years, let's say, in order to implement this and help them to digitalize their inventory. Technology is affecting our lives in every manner. So the new generation of travelers are only using technology. They are not willing to talk on the phone. They are not willing to visit the travel agency offices or talk to someone to book somewhere. And they are very price conscious. They are checking all the websites and all the platforms to see the best deal and get the best experience that they can. So as hoteliers or as online travel agencies or travel agencies, we are obliged to actually fit into the needs of the new generation travelers and find them and get them booking your product, your hotel, or your let's say platform. So in order to do that, you need to understand their needs, and you need to build your technology stack as a hotelier or online as a travel agency in order to reach out to this new guest. They are using new generation platforms like online check-in, and they are using platforms like booking, online payments, all types of payments, cryptocurrencies, and everything. If the tech travel providers, hotels and agencies, are not able to offer whatever they like, they have to disappear in a period of time, because you need to adapt to their needs. So that's why we are always looking into ways to develop our product, enhance our offerings, and talk to the hoteliers and online travel agencies to change their way of doing, let's say, business.
Great. I mean, I love innovation, I love technology, I love digital. So the next generation does not like spending any time on anything, so they want to save the time, they want to save the resource, and also how you saw the gap and launched this platform 10 years ago. I mean, great to hear how you're contributing towards 13,000 hotels in Turkey and 40 around the world. Thank you very much for information that you shared with us. And now I would like to ask my second question to Ece. Ece, my second question for you will be there. For the last 2 years, especially after the pandemic, everyone is asking the same question before deciding a destination for their holidays or for their whatever reason they're traveling. Is it safe? So what does Turkey provide in terms of being a COVID-safe destination?
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I mean, hopefully after 2 years of isolation and hysterical hygienic rules and restrictions and everything that we lived through, now we see that the rules are getting a bit more relaxed, restrictions are being waived, but obviously everybody is still very conscious about the health and safety as a result of what we have gone through in the last 2 years. And I would say in Turkey, we are extremely quick learners, and we swiftly adopt into the new circumstances quickly. And one of the advantages that we had during COVID was especially our tourism minister being a very successful entrepreneurs of the industry as well, that he has launched, and who knows all the dynamics and every kind of detail of the process and the operations and etc. who has acted so quickly together with the other ministries that he had to incorporate it with, such as the Health Ministry and others, or the Foreign Ministry for Travels and etc., where the program of safe tourism in Turkey with an accredited, licensed internationally by the accredited auditor companies has been launched when the travels from certain destinations were allowed already back in 2020 June. And we, as experienced hoteliers, I have to say, who has been having a cooperation with the UK market, which is the most complex one when it comes to health and safety rules and regulations, especially if you serve an all-inclusive package. There are huge liabilities and responsibilities involved in there. We also had a lot of experience in that field. So therefore, I think Turkey was one of the fastest or best destinations which implemented all the COVID health and safety rules and regulations quickly and precisely among all the competing destinations that we had at that time. And like our ambassador has just mentioned before us, we could manage to, in such restricted times, we could then be able to host approximately about 15 million visitors back in 2020, where nobody knew exactly what we were going through and there were so many uncertainties, where already in 2021 we could reach up to 30 million again. So there is a very big experience there, and the numbers also proves that we were perfectly capable to provide safe traveling infrastructure to our guests in Turkey. And now, although the certification program is changing and we are adding on top of it, not only from the COVID perspective, obviously the minimum requirements are being kept and protected, and it's a compulsory licensing, it's a compulsory audit that every hotel in Turkey, which has more than 50 rooms, have to have in order to be operational. However, now, like it was discussed before as well, the sustainability is becoming the new trend to follow. And it's not only a trend, but it's a must, it's a responsibility, it's a kind of a pay forward actually that we all have to comply with, regardless of whatever industry that we work for. So Tourism Ministry of Turkey has implemented the 17 sustainability development goals of the United Nations and integrated it into this safe tourism certification, where within a year's time, all hotels in Turkey, again, which has more than 50 rooms, will be obliged to comply with the minimum requirements of the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations. And we are very excited, very proud that it's a big learning phase for everyone as well, and we all have to be complying with the new world order, I have to say, as the most environmentalist and humanistic industries in the world.
Definitely, I agree with you. I love sustainability as well. That's one of the things that the project that I love. Every time I read about sustainability, it's actually the world is going to be protected by us humans. And also it's like how, say, tourism, the gap, or not the gap, the awareness has picked up so quickly during COVID, and then we managed to receive around 15 million travelers coming to Turkey, proving the world that we actually safe to travel destination. I mean, also the rules for any hotel bigger than 50 rooms, which I think is very reasonable numbers, and also the travelers feel more safe to travel, and also when any travelers are traveling, they're looking for somewhere protected, somewhere safe. Great, thank you for your information again, Ece. And now I would like to ask my second question to Arden So Arden, there has been huge changes thanks to technology. Did the whole digitalization affect the relation between suppliers and tourism agencies for you?
Yeah, definitely. So the traditional way of working of hotels and agencies, travel agencies, was based on actual phone calls and paperwork. So 10 years ago, when we first jumped into the space, we saw that, as I mentioned before, the travel agencies and hotels were communicating via ancient means of communication, I can say. And it was not efficient, it was error prone, and we were seeing many pricing mistakes, booking mistakes, the hotels were suffering and the travel agencies were suffering from this lack of digital and enhanced communication methods. We thought that this was the beginning, and when we moved more into the space, we saw that also the hotels were underrepresented. So a hotel from Antalya would only work, for example, with Russia, and they were only working with only one agency, and they were not able to differentiate their portfolio. We thought that we needed a platform or a mean to help these hoteliers to find different online travel agencies or travel agencies from all over the world in order to access all types of guests from different parts of the world. And the same applies to the travel agencies as well. They were working with a small set of hotels, and they were only able to reach a small set of hotels, and they were able to make their direct contract with these hotels and then sell these hotels. The need for them to find different hotels from different supply from the other parts of the world, or even in their country, was a need, and we wanted to digitalize this entire operation in order to help them to find each other more efficiently. So today, with us or with other providers, the travel agencies and hotels are mostly communicating digitally. At least the hotels are able to send an email, this is at least something digital, and they are able to at least give their availability or their prices from sites we call extranets of the travel agencies. In our scenario, we actually connect these hotels digitally with travel agencies, and we help them to send their prices, their availability, their hotel information and everything in real time to different travel agencies. We also help both sides to find each other, as I mentioned, and in a hotel with this new medium and new, let's say, technology platform is able to work with hundreds of travel agencies in the same time, just using a single dashboard, and just actually with some clicks, only some clicks in minutes, they are able to manage all their operations. So the new era is about speed. It's about being fast, and it's about finding all the guests from all over the world, wherever they are, because the environment is extremely competitive. So for both sides, for the supply side and demand side, the competition is there, and the cost of doing business has increased, even because of COVID. As we perfectly mentioned today, the fuel prices are rising, the labor prices are rising, people started working remotely from their own countries, and labor costs are rising, especially for emerging markets, because people from emerging markets are now able to work for developed markets for much higher wages, and it presents a problem and a threat for the emerging marketplace. So having all of these on our table, the need for digitalization and the need for the speed is extremely important.
Great. I mean, how you said it, no call, no paper, speedy and fast service. You're increasing the efficiency of the platform you're offering. And for me, it's the customer experience, customer journey is the most important for nowadays for everyone. We don't want to spend no time on anything, basically. And I love the fact how you're saying is like the improved service, digital, trackable, and easy access as well. Thank you again for your information. And I would like to ask my last question to you, Ece, is again, Turkey. Every tourist destination claims they're better than ever. Can you tell me why Turkey is the best holiday destination?
Because we are there.
Yeah.
Well, but obviously, apart from the joke, I think Turkey, with its incredible and still so uncovered history and culture, with the perfectly well developed touristic infrastructure that we have, the easiness of access. Like you have just mentioned, the time is the most precious for everyone. So the accessibility is extremely important. And Paul was just giving the example of flight frequency in various airports from the UK. I think Turkey might be one of the most covered destinations from the UK to reach out as well, which is one of the greatest advantages when it comes to traveling. And I would say the cuisine, for those who hasn't experienced it yet, we start with Turkish breakfast, which is a legend, so you can imagine the rest. So what else can I say? We have just been missing our UK guests so much over the last 2 years, so they can be 100% sure that they will be perfectly looked after when they will decide to come and spend their holidays in Turkey this year.
I completely agree with you. Everything is perfectly well, easy access, and the flight frequencies. We've got so many multiple airlines who's offering flight to Turkey, and also service is very important. And I think Turkey is providing the best service and hospitality, and also the gastronomy. I love Turkish food.
Yes, Neslihan. I was going to say, I mean, we have been talking about the results of the pandemic, which we all knew that we would be ending up with inflation. Already going through the pandemic. However, the war has just made it much worse, obviously, and everyone has been so much affected by the cost of living, and with the reduction of the income because of the cost of living or increased tax or inflation whatsoever, is that it became even more important to make the best out of what you actually purchase as your dream holiday after a couple of years of being domestically traveling or not being able to travel at all. And when it comes to that sense, I really hate to say value for money, because I see that as a negative statement. However, I believe Turkey offers the best value of a holiday at the moment from UK.
Value of service, I would say, and the products. Thank you, Ece, for your great answers. And I would like to ask my last question to Arden as well. Arden, of course, technology is not the only thing that is affecting tourism. How did the last 2 years affect the current state of tourism in general, and how does future look for the industry, your industry?
Well, if I talk about the last 2 years, I would spend hours here, but it was extremely tough for the travel industry, and we saw everything changing and all the dynamics changing, and the traveler behavior changing, the regulations, the safety regulations and official governmental restrictions and everything. After all of these, let's say, unprecedented times, the travel industry survived, actually. What I like in this industry is the survival instinct, because the travel industry is from my perspective, is the most fragile industry because it's being affected from everything, like economical relations, economical changes, political relations, and environmental incidents and everything. So everything affects travel, everything affects destinations, and as travel players, we need to adapt to the change very quickly. We need to understand the dynamics very quickly, and we need to survive. We need to conduct business, and we need to promote our business and make money, and we have to sustain. So this is our instinct. So being technology entrepreneurs in travel industry, we gain this instinct as well, this survival instinct. So in the last 10 years, especially being born in Turkey, having all these, let's say, all these effects on political situations, on the economical situations and all over the world in Turkey, helped us to build a great company, a sustainable company, and a great product in order to help the industry players all over the world. So this was our luck, and during the last 2 years we had time to spend with our partners, hotels and travel agencies, in order to help them better in a post-COVID era. So what we did was we enhanced our product, enhanced our offerings, enhanced our, let's say, products, futures and everything, and we kept the industry on their foot with our, let's say, substantial help in every, let's say, aspect of the business, from finding customers, from enhancing their, let's say, technologies, enhancing their presence in online, etc. So we actually help them prepare for the post-COVID era. We are very hopeful. During the last 2 years, the industry learned a lot of things, and now it is time to collect the investment, the return on investment from this new period. So also in the last 2 years, travel behavior also changed. So we have now new types of travel, like staycations, workations and stuff. So people are now working from different geographies and they are traveling to work. Business travel is affected, yes, because we are having all our meetings now through different video communication, let's say, platforms like Zoom. But the events are still there, the exhibitions are still there, and the nature of the human relationship is not allowing us to conduct, let's say, business through Zoom calls and stuff. So in order to launch new initiatives, in order to make new partnerships and everything, we still believe that the human interaction is crucial. So the events like this will continue. We will keep traveling. The travelers will keep booking, and hopefully the travel will grow again and will rise again. The new types of travel like workation and staycation also will help, and people will discover new destinations that they never heard of. And this will help the players in different geographies to reach out to different travelers all over the world. This is the new era as far as we see it.
Definitely. I mean, I believe the new dynamics regulation is quite key, and also is the most impact economy for any destination is tourism. So we would really not want to see anything on tourism. And I mean, it's great to be back traveling and seeing, like, having human one-to-one meetings, events like this. Human interaction is always key, building good relationship. I would like to thank you both for great answers, great insight that you shared with our audiences, and thank you for one of our speakers.
Thank you.